So yesterday we have seen frames theory part. Let's automate the frames scenario. We need some website and there the frame tag should be there. Then we can automate that. And we have this Heroku app website, and there you can find this Heroku app website. So open this website. Then we have a concept link here, frames. Frames link is there. You need to click on this frames link. And then click on nested frames link in the frame space. And here you have so many frames. You have this left to middle, right, bottom frame. First of all, let's see. So the frame tag is there or not, right? We need to find out whether a frame tag is available or not. And then we can go further. If frame tag is not there, we cannot automate, right? And we need to see that. And just go to HTML and see that. Here you can see frame tag. Left also, left part is in the frame tag. Okay, we'll close this. We'll close. Second, middle frame also has a frame tag. And then right also in the frame tag. So 3 frames you have. What about bottom side frame? This bottom side one also another frame. And so all these frames you can get also. Then you can switch to that and I can. So what I'm going to do, I'll switch to this first this frame, top frame. Okay, top frame. There is a frame set. This entire thing is a frame set middle, and then we can switch to this second one, name frame middle. Name locator is there. So frame middle use. I'll switch to this frame middle, and then I'll fetch frame inside. This entire thing is a one frame, right? This entire thing is one frame. This frame inside we have okay, yeah, directly we have a document, and we can fetch the this body tag inside. You have a div ID middle. So once you switch to this frame, you can get that content. So this div ID content is there. Based on the ID value, we can fetch the middle value. So this is what we need to do. How can we automate this? And let's see how to do this thing, and we can automate. So let's move on. Our test case, we need to frame here what we are doing. We just need to reach this page. That's it. Then remaining thing all are similar. That we don't need a before class. Sorry, before each we don't need. Just we need a before class, before all, after all, one test method. That only we can take it, and then we can move to that particular test case, and we can get this value. So how to get these values, we'll see that, right? Okay, let's automate. Go here and click on this Heroku app frame test. Otherwise I'll copy this. I don't want to repeat this. Just we'll copy a little bit and then we'll take it up. So Heroku app frame test, right? Frame test. So I'll just change this before all, you just keep it as it is, and after all also you need to keep as it is, and this one till here, right? And clicking on this also you can keep, no issues in that. Maybe this entire portion I'll take, and I'll keep here in the before all only, because I want to launch one time only. That's it, right? And then I'm removing these things, and remaining test cases I'll remove. I don't want any extra. One test cases only we are writing here. Only one test case we are writing. So here, let's frame that properly. First, we need to launch this. So Heroku app website, then wait for this page title, then heading, we are waiting, and search also we are doing. So welcome to the internet. Then we need to click on frames link. Frames link we need to click. So let's click on frames link. And to go here, we'll click on frames link. So frames link is the link. Just click on this. Frames link. So once you click on frames link, it will go to next page. And this text I need to validate, right? This text I need to validate. Again, same div ID, so div h3. So let's take this frames h3. So div h3. So that's what we have. Div ID content h3. And then I need to validate frames text. So I'm validating the frames text also. So then you can validate if you want this URL also. So I'm just validating this URL. Okay. Now here, so we'll go to actual test case. Test normal frames. Normal frames. Test normal frames. And we need to click on nested frames link. So in this, click on nested frames link. Nested frames link. Nested frames link we need to click. So I'll write, you can write XPath also, so no issues. Or nested frames, only one only, right? You can use link text. Link text I'm using. Just use this. Locator. It's a link. A tag is there. Observe that. So link I clicked on the nested frames link. So once you click on this, it is going to the next frame. So it is moving to this frame. So here I need to move to this middle frame. If I want to move to this middle frame, first I need to switch to this frame middle. So directly I can switch because I have a frame locator. Okay, we can call the methods, right? All the methods. And we can call all these methods and place it in one place. So that will be easy, right? By locator method is there. So that method we can call directly. So I'll just create the method, okay? Let me create the method. So let's go to our blog. Right, this is the frames. I'll just create the method. This is the method. I'll just take this method. I need two. I'll create a simple private method. One private method I'll create. Right. So no such frame action. Import this arg.openkey.selenium, and I need one more method also. To default frame and navigate back to original frame. Switch to default. This method also I need. Right? These two methods I need. And I will use these two methods here. Right? Okay. Two methods. So we already discussed these two methods. Not int frame. This is I put a string frame. String frame. I want a string. So I'll just call this method. That's it. First of all, if you want to know number of frames, right? Number of frames if you want. What you can do, you can fetch all the frames. So you reached this page, right? And once we reach this page, so you can maybe fetch a number of frames in the web page. Number of frames in the web page. So I'll do first the thing. Fetch all the frames in the web page. List web element, right? Frame list equal to driver dot find elements by dot tag name frame tag. So if you give frame tag, how many frame tags are there in this browser, in this current browser? All will fetch and stores here. So import this java dot AWT, because it is available in java.util package. Sorry, java.util package. Just unnecessary import statements you can remove, which is not used in the test case, and that's why it is showing warning. If you're not using any import statement, delete from the test case and this also. If you're not using anything, just remove those import statements. And java.util package, yeah, java.util.list, here it is. Okay, next move on to number of frames in the web page. Number of frames the web page. So frame list dot size. So size method. Right? So you can use size method. It will tell you how many frames are there. Now I need to switch to the frame, right? Just I'll call this method. That's it. Switch to the middle frame. I'll just give this. That's it. The method will help you to take care of that entire thing. You don't need to write entire code again. Driver dot switch to method dot frame of frame locator. All these things you don't need to write at all. So just give this. Right? So we are done. Now I need to fetch this frame text. So middle frame text. So that's what, right? We want to fetch at that middle one. Middle frame text we need to fetch. So ID, there's the content is there, right? ID content. Right? So you got the text. Actually, you want to go back, right? You want to go back. This one. You call switch to default frame. Just call switch back from frame. That's it. You don't need to do anything. It will come back from the frame, right? You can move to next other frames. So first you have to switch to the frame, then you do actions on the frame, then you want to go back. So just call this line, this method. It will take care of that. So you can switch back to the normal frame. And this is what we're going to do. And instead of putting here, I'll put a frame utils. One class I'll create a. Yeah, as of now, just keep it here. We'll see that later. Okay. Anyhow, we are creating one reusable methods class. In the test engine, I'll explain. I'll show you. Okay. Just call this method done. What else? We can do that same, right? Or you can asset this middle text is there or not. You're fetching whether it is fetching that middle text or not. You can put assertion also here, right? Let's put an assertion here. Anyway, you're fetching instead of get text. Okay, first we'll fetch. I'll put it in the one variable, this entire thing, so that it will be easy for us to text variable and this one. Now I can put this frame text to this variable. Then here, so we can assert assertions, right? Assertions dot assert equals expected is middle, and actual is text, right? Before going back, you can do that. So this frame test, right click and run it. That's the simple test case we did. Right? That number of frames to it is showing. Oh, that means in the top frame 1 and bottom frame 1 it is taking. Okay, middle frame it didn't fetch. Okay, frame ID frame middle. Okay, see that no such element exception. Right, no such element exception. It's not able to identify. So this element it's not able to identify. Why you are getting this error? So what is the reason for this? See that we need to understand this entire structure. So this on top, one more frame is there on top of this. Can you see this? This one, frame top. Frame top inside this middle frame is there. So that means two frames are there, but we didn't do this frame top, and it counted the frame top and bottom top only. But again, frame top inside you have many nested frames. First, we need to switch to this top frame. So I'll include this. That's why we need to understand the HTML structure first. Now, I'll call this method again. Switch to top frame and switch to frame and frame locator. So now I switch it to the top frame. Now you get this again. You get this again. Okay. So number of frames in the top frame. I'll do that. So number of frames in top frame is. So I'll directly going to call this line of code. See how I'm going to do. I'll reduce the code and dot size method I'm calling on the list. This is a list. This is giving a list. List dot size. So you can see now. See now it will execute because it's not able to find this ID locator. So this ID locator it's not able to because we didn't switch to this frame middle and it's not able to find out. First you have to switch to top one. Top inside this frame middle is there. Directly you cannot jump into that. So this is a nested frames. Frame inside another frame is there. You have to look at very carefully. Otherwise, you cannot directly jump into that. If nested frames are not there, okay, you can jump into that and you can get the whatever the value you want, whatever the action you want to do, you can do that. But here, a top frame inside, all small frames are there. Again, another frames are there, and that's why it is failing. So no such element exception. It is not able to find this ID locator because it is there in the HTML, but we didn't switch to this frame properly. First you have to switch to top frame, then you need to switch to middle frame. So that's how we need to do that. Now see, run again. So we have switched to a top frame, then you are drilling down. You are drilling down, it will work now. See that all are passed now. The number of frames in top frame is 3. So that middle you got. Navigate back to a page from frame. You can do that. So this is the how you can automate your test cases. Is it clear or any doubt here? So if frame is there, you're not switching and it doesn't work out. You have to be very clear on that. Okay. So then you can go back and even you can start this iframe. Iframe is there. So this iframe, an iframe containing the TinyMC. So VCV editor. So your content goes here. You need to before switching to this, after switching, so you get this, right? You get this. So this is inside the frame inside again. You can see here. ID TinyMC. So you can type whatever the content you want to type. You can do that. But this is inside the frame, iframe. First, you have to switch to this iframe. You have to switch to this iframe. If you want to switch to this iframe, and so that you know, right, that web element you have to identify this with the ID locator. Then you switch, and then you can do whatever action you want on this area. So you can type here. So and you can get the current whatever the text is here. Then you can type that. So whatever the value you want, your content goes here. You can type. You can get that text. So body tiny MCP, you can get this text. Then you can type that. Then you can type. So this you can take up. I'll show you other thing, right? Just call those reusable methods and do the operations, right? If you are facing problems, let me know. Okay, if you're facing problems, let me know. Any questions before moving to the internal frames?
No, sir, I'm good.
No, I'm good.
Joshna?
No,
Joshna?
I'm good.
Yeah, okay, thank you. Let's move on to next one is the same. In our blog, we have this. This is also internal frame, one of the internal frame. You take up this as exercise, and I'll show you another one. So jQuery.ui.com. So this is the one we are going to automate, and we'll see that how to automate these test cases here. So I need to click on this autocomplete under this widget section. Once you reach this page, then move on to next page. But this is internal frame inside this tags edit box. Tags edit box is inside the internal frame. I need to type here. If you want to type, I cannot do directly. And just now we have seen, right? You cannot do directly. And if you want to switch, you know how to switch to this. You can observe this. See that this is the iframe. Iframe inside this tags edit box is there. Iframe inside this tags edit box is there. And how can we do this? All these test cases. Just follow the step by step. First launch the jQueryUI.com. Then you can click on this widget section autocomplete link. Then you will reach this page, validate the page title, then switch to this frame, then type it here. That's what we need. Then go back. So you can go back, and with navigate back you have to use, because you're moving from another page to this page. Then click on accordion link. So this is what we need to do, right? So how can we do? Now follow the steps. Click on this again, the frame test case, you just copy and paste it, and we can continue. I'll just paste it. Nested frames. jQuery nested jQuery iframe. jQuery iframe test. Anywhere the concept is same, so it doesn't change, guys. That's what you need to understand. Once you have concepts, it will be very, very easy. Okay, what is the URL we need to give? So copy this URL, jQueryUI.com. Next, so you know, wait for the page title. So these are all things I don't want, and if you want, you can use the assertion. We'll use assertion. So go to the header tag, get the page title, jQuery UI. Okay, and assert equals, yeah, you can do that. So this is the driver dot. How can you fetch the current page title?
Get title we can use.
Get title. That's it. And we verified. I need to click on auto complete link under widgets. Auto complete link under widget section. So these are steps already listed out in our blog automation scenario section. Please go and follow the steps and automate it under widgets section. So I'm writing steps. Each step I'm writing here. So this is the link text. Just take this value, autocomplete link. So autocomplete link. Then so wait dot until you have to wait for the next page. So I'll click on this. Now we reach this page. Maybe if you want to wait for this, or I'll wait for the page title. Okay. Instead of this h1 dot entry title, you can use CSS selector and you can validate, wait for the element, right? Or if you want, you can do that. So entry title, that is there, CSS selector I will use, or XPath also. What is that? H1 tag. Class, right? That's a class. Class. I just waited for this title, right? That's what I'm doing. I'm not doing extra here. Okay, I reached this page. Just leave it. After that, in the test case, iframe test, right? Internal frames. So internal frames. So click on. So you don't need to click, right? You just need to switch to that. So number of frames you want to get it. Iframe list. Number of iframes. You can just call this iframe list. One number of frames in this page. So switch to only one frame here. So iframe. And then so these are all those things we don't want. Right? Simply we are calling. Okay, first we need to write a web element, right? I can pass the web element directly here. So driver dot find element. So by dot class frame is there. Class locator is there. I'm identifying that iframe. So this one. But this method is not there, right? You have to just copy it from here or blog. So the method is there. You can call these methods web element. So this method we can call it. So this method I explained already this method. Again, I don't want to explain this. Right? So is element present? We don't have, right? Still element reference exception. I can import from WebDriver exception, and then so I need to write is element present. We need to create a method. So let's create a method is element present. Okay. So try, right? So a frame element, right? This frame element is there. Return true. I think we have written one. So let me take from one of our framework that is there. That's a simple method I'll take. Page space web is element present. So this is this one. What is the next one? Okay. So this one you can get it. I'll explain this what we are doing here. So basically I'm looking for this element. If driver dot find element, this locator is present, return true. Else this catch block return false. So try, if anything fails here, it will reach to catch block, right? And that one. So is element present, you need to pass the element. So by dot locator value. So we're going to pass. So basically we need to pass the element only for the switch to frame method. So I passed that iframe element. Iframe element I passed. Now you can type it, right? You can type it. So type the value in tags edit box. So without this switching, you cannot type it. So if you want, you can try that also. Without switching, you cannot type it. And ID value, you can pass ID value. So ID value, where is this set? Okay. Just take this tags ID, then type it. Then is the value. I'm just typing WebDriver here. And then to go back, I want to go back to the previous page. Switch back to previous page. Navigate back to previous page. And then so driver dot navigate method dot back method. So I can go back to the previous page. And how do you know whether you reached this page, and how do you know? So you can validate the page title, right? You can validate verify the page title. Some title you can verify. So this home page title I can verify here. So I can wait and verify it. Then I am taking this also to verify these two things. And then I am clicking on the another link. If you are not reached this page, you cannot click this because you are still in the frame, right? So if you reach only this page, then you can click on this accordion link. That's why I'm just clicking on accordion link. So just click on accordion, then accordion page will land in the accordion page. So verify this page title, accordion page title. You can validate. So this also same. Maybe you can validate this also. If you do assertions, that will be make sense. If you're not doing assertions, it doesn't make sense, right? So accordion, just take this heading and get that value. So value you can get from driver dot find element. So by dot xpath, the xpath value. You can write xpath value. So dot get text. Right. Okay. Let's run the test case. can run the test case. Simple. So what we did, the steps you remember, I landed in this page, just clicked on the autocomplete link, verified this page title and switched to this iframe, typed here. I have gone to the previous page. So to make sure that I reach to the previous page, I'm clicking on this accordion link and verifying this link. So that means basically we are handling the iframes here or not. I'm just checking here. See that this is the handling the iframes. So switch to frame inside, you're passing the web element. Previous things we just passed the frame in string format. Same location in string format we passed. So that's what we did. Previous thing and this one is the difference is the method is same but parameters are different. You're passing here web element and another test case we passed normal frames. It's just a string locator we passed it. Okay, something wrong. I think demo frame. Yeah, demo frame 0. Okay. Tags web driver. You navigated back and then show where. Yeah, this is passed. And right, that's how we can. But the number of frames at least one it should throw, right? And I think we need some wait time. So add throws declaration. Let's run it again. See, otherwise, if you don't have assertions, this will make pass. And that's why you need to have assertions. To make assertions, at least, so the size should be 1. You can put 1. 1 frame is there, right? 1 iframe is there. Oh, okay, I have given wrong here. Iframe, right? This is the iframe. That's why you're not getting right. This is correct only. Yes, frames are not there, but these are iframes. That way it returns 0. There are no frames, but only iframes are there. You have only iframes. That WebDriver is type. That number of iframes is 1. That's all about this iframes. Any queries here before going to the?
Sir, in this particular example, what is the difference between a frame and iframe?
Okay. So what you did here?
I'm switching to top frame.
Okay, what you are passing?
It's a ID or a class.
Whatever it is, what format you are passing?
String.
String, right?
Yes.
So what you are passing here? The method name is same.
Web element we are passing.
So that's the difference. That's the only difference, right? For iframes, you have to pass the web element. Normal frames, string is enough. Okay.
Okay.
So normal frames, you cannot switch based on the string. It will throw error only. You cannot switch directly with a string locator for the normal frames. That's what I explained in your theory also. Normal frames, you can move directly with a string locator. Any locator you can take, you can move. But normal frames and iframes are different. iframes, you have to identify that element first, then you can switch to that element. You have to pass the web element to the switch to frame method.
Okay.
So that's what we can see this, right? And okay, and this is where we can switch to the frames based on different methods you can use, and you can, but anyway, I didn't use this. I'll remove this. If you're not using, no need to keep that. But anyway, once we have prepared the utility class, all these methods you can place it there. So that I'll do that later. Once the test ng comes, I'll move all these reusable methods in one place. And last program in the JUnit, that is pop-ups. Any questions here, Joshna? So the last one is pop-ups. See, if you type Naukri.com website, and automatically, so a default pop-ups are open. I don't want these pop-ups. I want to close this. How can you close these pop-ups? Now see, you have three windows. One is the parent. This is the child one. This is the child two. Three windows are. This is, see, entire. This is another window. This is another window again. Another web pages. Those are. Every window has a one unique QID. To get those unique QIDs, I told you you have to use a get window handles method. It will fetch all the three window IDs in the set collection. It will store. How do you know, sir, all these window IDs are storing in the order? First, you opened which browser? Naukri.com we opened. So that window ID will store first. Then second, this is open. And this window ID will store in the next. And this will store in the third. So it will be in the order. And it will store in the sequence of that order. And you can get them however you want. Okay, so let's see. Then after this, closing this, I'll type here because I'm moving to child windows. I'm doing action on the child window to close that. Then I'll type here. Then I'll click on search button. I'll see the results. Okay, so this is the test case I'm going to automate here. So let's automate this. I'll just take only before all, after all only. I don't want other things. Okay, let me take a before all and after all. And we can say Naukri pop-up test. So this entire thing is same. So if you want, you can keep in the this test cases only, test case inside only, test tag inside only, can keep all these things. I'm going to keep here only. Launching the browser also I'll keep here, and I'll say Naukri pop-ups. Naukri pop-up test. Naukri pop-up test. So the first URL is this one, copy here and paste it here. Once you launch, immediately what is happening? I'll verify the page title. I'll use title contains. I don't want title is title. So copy this page title. I'm just giving Naukri.com. You have big title, but you can shortcut with the title contains, right? Main keyword you give, that's enough for us. So I don't want to validate this page title. Now just remove all these things. I don't want anything here, and this also I don't want. Okay, first I need to fetch the parent window ID. How can I fetch parent window ID?
Window handle, get window handle.
Get window handle. Now I have already windows, so now fetch all window IDs. So dynamically they are opening. When you launch the browser, automatically 2 more windows are open. So now I need to fetch all 3 window IDs. Same code I have given in our notes also. That window handles. I'm repeating this multiple times. First day class I have given these 2 methods. Again I'm giving one more time. Yesterday I explained, and today also same lines of code I'm using. I told you the first day classes are crucial. Repeating, same code is repeating. And now I need to iterate this collection. Let's iterate. My objective is I need to close the child windows. Then both I need to iterate and close each one. And I need to come back to parent. I need to type some values in the parent window elements. I'll do some action. So that's what I'm going to do here. First, so I'll use a for each loop. Iterate. So you can iterate using iterator method, collection, using for each. I'm just doing for each loop. For, so the data type is a string, h colon handles if. So the parent ID is not equal to h, 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 so is not equal to h, then you switch to that child window. Switch to child window. So what I'm saying, if this h value, first h value goes to this first value of collection, that is parent window will be there in the first place. So this parent ID and then this h value same. So first time it will become false. So again it will go to for loop. H goes to second place. Second place child window 1 is there. Child window 1 ID value is there. So this h value is not equal to this parent ID. So now condition is true inside the if condition. Now you switch to that child window. Driver dot switch to method dot window of h. So I'll switch to that child window, then I'll close the child window. So driver dot, how can you close? Driver dot close. This is what you need to do. It will repeat for all the window IDs, how many windows are there in this collection except the parent window. All other windows will be closed here. We're done. My work is done. Now switch back to, so now your cursor is on the child window. Sorry, you closed. Why it is in the child window? Still it will be there in the child window only. You have to explicitly call the cursor back to parent window. So switch back to parent window from child. If you are not writing this line of code, cursor doesn't come back to parent window. I'll show you that. So driver dot switch, how to switch to the parent window? Switch to dot window of parent ID. Method is same. It doesn't matter which window. The method is always driver dot switch to method dot window. Any window you want to go, the method is fixed, driver dot switch to method dot window. Then only which one will change? The argument will change. So please catch this, all Java concepts. So these are all Java concepts. Just argument you are passing. You want to go to child window, you are passing child window here. You want to go to parent window, you are passing parent window, because you already got the parent window here, right? So now I move to parent window. I can type. So type the location. So location skills, basically it's skills, right? You can give us location also. You can type. There is a input class is there. Shall we take class or name and ID? So many are there. So let me take a class value. Okay. So type the skills. So I'll type automation testing in skills edit box. Driver dot find element. So by dot class name, the class value. Just give class value. Dot send keys. So you type the value, that is automation testing. Next you want to type the location. Type the location. So driver dot find element by dot. So I'll take name, if name is our class name, whatever it is. Just see what is their locator. So this is also input tag. You have a, I'll take name, location is there. Name locator. So I'm just giving the name locator. Dot send keys. Just giving India, right? So this is the one thing. Now, so what I need to do next step, click on search button. Search button you have to click. Class button is there. Will it help? Let's try to copy XPath. I'll copy the XPath, right? Control F, check first, right? This is very big. I don't like this very big one. So what I'm going to do, I'll just cut down this. So it's all these things I'm going to cut down. So div, okay, fine, @class equal to this class value. I'm starting from just above from here to here, but you don't need to go. But here the class btn is little bit not correct, I think. That's why I'm going up. See, now it is identifying. So you can take directly this one also. You don't need to go one level up, but I'm just moving a little bit up to make it perfect, right? So click on search button. So driver dot find element. So by dot XPath, write the XPath. Dot click. Right, manually you type it. So automation testing. So India, search it. So you got a lot of results, right? You get a lot of results. Okay, so this is what we want to see. And if you are not switching, you cannot type there. I'll show you that. So this is what we want, right? How to switch to the windows, how to do that. Let's execute first whether it is fetching or not the data. I'll stop switching to parent window. Then what will happen? You will see the error base. See, one window closed. Next window closed, typed. That's it, right? Okay. I won't switch. So switching is, I'm just commenting out parent window. Now what will happen is this. Is it going to type? Let's see. So you need to understand the logic and how we need to code it. Why you need to switch? I'm just clearly explaining here. If you don't switch to parent window, what will happen? And windows are closed. No issues in that. You go there, it failed. See that? No such window. No such window. But still, it is saying no such window exception. Window already, target window already closed, but window is already there. This is the window. Parent window is there. And that's how you will get errors. So remember all this, the exceptions, no such window exception. I have shown you no such element exception. Element not interactable exception. Timeout exception. Stale element reference exception. No such window exception. No such frame exception. So all these exceptions are very, very, very important interview question. Very, very important interview question. Not normal. Mandatory interview question, this one. And let's see where this is failing. To look for our test case name, our class name. So carefully watch this. Okay, new instance, Nokri. This is the one. So I saw just now. Oh, wow, this one. Can you see this? 79 line. It's not able to type here. This driver itself not there, it is saying. Because we didn't switch. Right? I covered another exception also here. So that's why you need to switch. If you don't switch, it is still looking for that child window, and it is saying the target window already closed. It is saying it's still on the child window only. That's why you need to switch to parent window. Then these elements are in the parent window. That's why you are switching back and are doing action. But these elements are not in the child window. Okay, so that's all about this pop-ups. So in the JUnit, what are the drawbacks are there? So what are the drawbacks are there in the JUnit? So the drawbacks in the JUnit is only independent test cases you can run. Any dependency is there, you cannot run dependent test cases. Suppose one test case depends on another test case, you cannot run that because we cannot give guarantee, order guarantee. And another one, you cannot prioritize the test case. Second drawback, you cannot prioritize the test cases. You cannot set the dependency among test methods, but you can group. You can group the test cases. You can skip the test cases with @disabled. I have shown you that, right? @disabled. And another thing is only independent test cases you can run. Now these are all independent, that's why they are running. But dependency is there, it won't run. These are the drawbacks are there in the JUnit. And you have less annotations also compared to testing. So the order is not guaranteed here. In the JUnit, not preferred to write multiple test methods. So, and if you want to write order, don't go for JUnit. You want order of your test case, it's not guaranteed here. There is no option to set the order of for a test case execution is unpredictable. Sometimes it will work alphabetical order, but sometimes it won't work, because that's what I'm saying is unpredictable. You cannot give guarantee at all. That's the drawbacks of JNet. Okay. Any questions?